There is one thing that can actually shift your brain, your mood, your energy, and even your life. It's something simple and it's powerful. Gratitude. But wait, before you roll your eyes and think gratitude schmatitude, oh, I've heard this a million times before. Hang on. There are three key reasons you may not be experiencing the full benefits of a gratitude practice. And the first one of these is this. If you're not writing your gratitude down, chances are you're missing the most transformational part of the practice. Thinking about gratitude is nice. It gives you a momentary feel-good boost. But you hear gratitude and think, yeah, I'm grateful for my family, my coffee, my health, and then you move on. But here's the truth. Gratitude is not a feeling. It's a practice. Writing it down turns a passing thought into a sacred moment. It anchors the experience. It rewires your brain. When you write what you're grateful for, your nervous system responds as if the goodness is happening in real time, right now. You don't just remember it, you relive it. And that's where the growth happens. Think of writing out gratitude like planting seeds. While a thought is like a breeze, it comes, it goes. But when you write something down, you're digging your hands into the soil. You're planting something real, something that can take root. Writing slows you down. And over time, it helps you rewire your brain to see what is actually right with your life instead of what's missing. Speaking of missing, the second thing you are probably missing is a research-backed trick that will supercharge your gratitude. For me, this was the game changer. I learned it reading an article by Dr. Robert Emmons, one of the leading scientists studying gratitude. He says this, don't go wide, go deep. Instead of listing 10 random things you're grateful for, pick one person, one experience, or one thing, and write 5 specific details about why. Let me show you what I mean. In fact, I'm going to share the exact way I used this in my gratitude practice this morning. I have this amazing, talented friend who's been on my mind a lot lately, and I'm so grateful for her. Instead of writing, I'm grateful for my friend, I wrote this. She always texts me first thing on my birthday. She sent me a funny meme when I was struggling with a professional relationship. She remembers tiny things I say and follows up weeks later. She accepts all my quirks and yet is willing to tell me when I've lost the plot. And number 5, she gives the kind of hugs that melt your whole body. You have a friend like that, right? But do you see the difference? Details create the depth, and depth creates the emotion, and emotion creates the change. By writing down 5 things, I created emotional richness, and that's what rewires your inner state. Even rereading this now, I just made my brain light up like a Christmas tree again. The more you feel it, the more your brain believes it and builds new patterns around it. Now, here's why this type of practice might matter to you right now. Maybe you're experiencing some big changes in your career or your relationships, or maybe you're feeling called to do something more in your life. One thing that's been showing up over and over again in my own gratitude list lately, time. But more specifically, this season of my life. I hit a milestone birthday this year, and it stirred something in me. Not just reflection, but more like reverence. I've been thinking a lot on the people who are no longer here, the dreams that evolved, the chapters that quietly ended, and new ones I'm still finding the courage to write. Gratitude feels different now, more urgent, more sacred. Gratitude for me has become less of a habit and more of a lifeline. I write down the smallest things, a text from my son, a walk with my dog, a conversation with a client that made us both cry, the good kind of tears. And for the courage it took for me to start over again and become a life coach when I could have just stayed comfortable. These aren't just moments, they're reminders that I'm still growing, still blooming, even in this next season of life. I recently shared a video asking, what's your default language? Complaint or gratitude? Because let's be honest, both are always available. There's something to worry about no matter what, something to fix, but there's also always something beautiful right in front of us if we choose to notice. Complaint shrinks your world. Gratitude expands it. Complaints keep you stuck. Gratitude opens the door. But here's the thing. Gratitude is a muscle, and writing it down is your reps. When we choose gratitude, we aren't pretending life is perfect. We're just choosing to see the goodness that's also true. Gratitude doesn't erase the hard things, but it reminds us that they're not the whole story. The third thing that keeps us from experiencing all the benefits of our gratitude practice in our brain, body, and heart is a lack of a practice. We have to embrace gratitude as a practice. That includes writing things down in a journal, on a piece of paper, going deep rather than wide, and above all, keep doing it. It doesn't have to be a perfect practice. Who knows what that would be anyway, right? It simply requires a decision to act. So here's your invitation to both decide and act right now. In the comments, I'd love for you to practice this with me. Pick one person or experience you're grateful for and write out 5 specific reasons why. Not vague, not rushed. Let it be a sacred moment where you drop into the roots of your life and remember what's already growing. If this video speaks to you, hit subscribe and join me for more weekly encouragement, coaching, and a little soul-centered science so you can clear what's holding you back and design a life you absolutely love, one season at a time. Because the world needs what only you can grow. Plant the seeds, share your story. I'll see you next time.